Please tell me you didn't bring the same wedding gift you gave Daniel and Rebecca.
They liked it.
They were polite. That is not the same thing as liking a gift.
Well, the bride is coming. You can tell her yourself.
Don't you dare. You two are finally here. I was beginning to think Adrian had found another wedding gift to buy. Don't encourage him. He already thinks his gift is brilliant.
It is brilliant. Don't let him fool you. He gave me the same advice when I proposed.
What advice?
That if I would spend that much money, I should at least be certain she
That was not
worth
the advice he gave you. Wait, what advice did he actually give you?
He told me not to panic. That was good advice.
He told him not to panic after he had already panicked. That sounds like something Adrian would do.
I have never panicked before a major life decision.
You once spent 40 minutes choosing between two identical hotel rooms.
They had different...
Please tell me you're not all standing here discussing marriage like you have any idea what you're talking about. That's a very confident statement from someone who arrived halfway through the conversation. I've known...
She's right. We were discussing marriage.
At a wedding? How original.
Do you have a better topic?
Of course. Who here has the worst marriage advice? Of course. Who here has the worst marriage advice? That's a dangerous question to ask at a wedding.
Most marriage advice is just someone describing the rules of their own relationship and pretending those rules work for everybody.
That's actually a very good answer. No, it's a very convenient answer. You can dismiss every piece of advice you don't like by saying,
Every relationship is different.
exactly, that's the problem. People use that sentence when they want freedom, but the moment someone else makes a different choice, they suddenly become relationship experts. Now we're getting... I think the worst advice is probably never go to bed angry.
That is the advice you chose to reject on our wedding day?
Sometimes you're not angry, you're just exhausted. And the last thing you need is to stay awake until 2 in the morning pretending to be emotionally mature.
I heard the last part of that conversation.
Perfect timing. We're deciding which marriage advice should be banned.
Easy. If they wanted to, they would.
That's your worst one?
Yes. People aren't machines. Sometimes they want to do something and still don't do it.
So someone can want something and still be terrible at doing it?
Exactly. That sounds like an excuse. You can care about someone and still be selfish. You can love someone and still be unreliable. Feelings don't make a person...
That's advice people won't like.
Can we stop giving marriage advice until I've been married for at least 1 day?
Too late. You invited all of them. Actually, Marcus, you should answer the question.
What question?
What's the worst marriage advice you've ever received?
That marriage is about finding someone who completes you.
That's a beautiful thing to say about your wife on your wedding day.
I didn't say I believed it.
Then what do you believe marriage is about?
That's a much longer answer.
Good. We have a wedding reception to get through. Do you think people really know the person they marry?
That is a dangerous question to ask at a wedding.
Why? Everyone is already pretending they know exactly what marriage is. That sounds like a personal attack on the entire table. I think people know enough. You don't need to know every version of someone before you marry them. How much is enough? Enough to know how they treat people when they have nothing to gain, and how they behave when they're disappointed.
That sounds less like romance and more like an investigation. People don't show you everything before marriage. You haven't lived enough life together yet.
Exactly. So don't marry someone you've only seen when everything is going well. That sounds sensible, but people can perform for years. Some people are excellent actors.
Then maybe the problem isn't that people don't know each other.
What is it?
Sometimes they know. They just don't believe what they're seeing.
Now that is a much more uncomfortable answer. Maybe people see what they don't like and assume love will make it disappear.
We have been married for 6 hours.
Exactly. I've had time to think.
6 hours of marriage, and she's already giving warnings?
I'm giving observations.
That's what she called them before the wedding, too.
Maybe people marry who someone is, or who they believe that person could become. Those are two very different marriages.
Nobody stays exactly the same.
Of course, but change is different from hoping someone becomes a completely different person. So what are we saying? Never marry potential?
Potential is fine.
That sounded suspiciously quick.
Potential is fine. Just don't confuse it with evidence. That is annoyingly reasonable.
Then what did each of you believe about marriage before you got married? Absolutely not. Now we're asking the interesting questions. Do you know what I learned at that wedding?
That you should never let Sophie near a microphone?
That too.
But mostly, people have very strong opinions about marriage for people who have never been married.
That has never stopped anyone from giving advice.
Isn't the same as wisdom.
Careful. That's a very dangerous thing to say over breakfast.
Do you ever meet a couple and immediately understand why they got married? Yes. There you have it? That's all you have to say? Sometimes you look at two people and think, of course. And sometimes you think, interesting choice. That is a very elegant way of saying, Sophie, what were they thinking? I have never said that. You've said it with your face.
Do you think people become more interesting after marriage? Some do. And the others? They become more honest. That sounds dangerous. Only if you preferred the earlier version.
Are you two actually leaving, or are you going to stand here discussing marriage for another 3 hours?
We're leaving.
Eventually.
You know, for someone who complains about our conversations, you keep joining them.
That's because your conversations are terrible until I arrive. Do you think people change after marriage?
Of course.
That was a very quick answer.
People change whether they marry or not.
Then maybe the real question is whether you still like the person they become.